Well, okay then, let's do this. This is a Zippo lighter, one of the most iconic tools to come out of the last 100 years. I would say maybe the Swiss Army knife is the only thing that's more iconic than this. And today I am going to try to perfect it, or at least make my perfect version of this. So for that, I actually have some stuff here. A brand new Zippo that has not been used at all, with a butane insert right here that has not been used. So this is the one that I will be modifying. I will be doing two modifications to this to make it perfect in my mind. Ah, jeez, if I get this out. One modification will be to the case, and the other will be to the actual Zippo insert. Put this right there. So for the modification I'm going to be doing to the case, I have this guy right here. All modern Zippo lighters, as you get one of the reproduction ones, they all come with this 5-barrel hinge right here, as you can see. 5 different slots. However, these are considered the weakest hinge. I don't know how that happened. Probably just some design flaw with these. So right here I have a 4-barrel hinge instead. Then I'm going to be swapping it out. Because as you can see right now, there's a lot of sway. Yeah, a lot of sway with it. So hopefully this should eliminate or at least really minimize that. So I'm literally just going to be grabbing some pliers, ripping that out, and then using some JB Weld, just put that back on. So that's what I'm going to be doing to the case. Now to the insert itself, I will be making this a soft flame, which is what I personally prefer compared to a torch. I don't know, it's just more pleasing to me, I guess. I just really don't like the torch flame. Not much else besides that. Now, they already have a soft flame. However, it sucks. There's really no other way to go about it. Well, maybe not sucks, but it's not that good. Now, there's two main reasons for that. One will be you light it with a flint wheel rather than just like a spark, as you could barely see down there. Which, that in itself is fine. The issue comes from you have to strike it with the flint wheel and then into like pushing down the button to keep the butane going out. And just doing that process is terrible. It's finicky. You can't really get it to work right. And it's hard on the thumbs. But the other main reason, this is adjustable. That one that they make already is not adjustable, which is really annoying. So it's adjustable. You can make it the flame bigger, smaller, whatever you want. But yeah, the one that they sell can't do that for some reason. No idea why they decide not to, as it's a pretty easy thing to fix or change, but not much really to it. Now for that, besides just the general tools you need one of these barbecue lighters. A lot of the same parts are in here compared to a butane lighter, like this spark creator thing. I can't remember what they call it at the moment. Also has one of those in here. But we literally need like the tube that comes out of here, so I will be disassembling this and just popping that in here. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that we're going to be doing. And I'm going to be completely honest. I am not too much of a Zippo guy. I fell down a rabbit hole, and this was purely an impulse purchase. So take that with what you will. Just gonna put that off to the side. And I think I'm going to start with the case because that will need time to cure. So yeah, literally just gonna be grabbing some pliers or something, yanking it out. Uh, yeah, here it is. Got a Leatherman that I'm gonna use. Jeez, okay. This is being a pain, which is actually kind of a good thing. That way they're not like terrible quality. Okay, well that sucks. Probably managed to pop it off, but took the plating with it. Whatever. Yeah, as you see it right there, took it off with it. Oh, huh. The metal will go before the weld. Interesting. Okay, well. Ooh, got it, finally. Jeez. And this one did not take the metal. So the weld gave out first. Maybe that was just how I was doing it, but yeah, I'm fine with it either way. So one thing is, I believe the 4-barrel is a bit wider, so I'm gonna have to file that. I have no idea how well this is gonna do on it, but we'll try it. Ah, there we go. Finally fits. All right, so after a lot of file shavings, okay. That, geez, oh, there it goes. Got out the packaging. And guess I'll just use some post-it notes to put it on. And just ignore the drawing on there. Now, let's see. First I'm using JB Weld. Okay, I think that's a bit much than what I need, but whatever. I will say that smells terrible. Oh god. And a random popsicle stick that they include. Yeah, god, that smells really terrible. Ugh. I'm gonna go crack open a window. Jeez. Okay, we'll do the lid first. See, not an insane amount, just enough to like evenly coat it. Let's apply some pressure. Up, that did not do. Okay. I'll apply some to this side. Alright, well, that has a bunch of goop on there. So it should solidify in an hour and then cure by tomorrow. So in an hour and a half or so, I'll do the other side. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to do the insert. Everything to the side. God, that smells terrible. Alright, on to the insert. So first things first, I'm going to actually get the part out of here that I need. Never disassembled one of these. Don't know how. Let's see. Well, there's a screw right here. Start with that. Got that out. Let's see now. Just pry it apart. Ah, got it going. That is not the part I need. See, the part I need is more up here. I'm okay with that. Okay, so don't need, don't need, don't need, don't need, don't need, don't need, nope, 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 nope. I believe it's you. Don't need. Alright, got the piece. Literally, this one piece at the end of this is all I need out of that. So. That was annoying. Alright, well, time to open this thing up. Let's see, so there. I believe 4 screws in total. 2 down here, 1 right there. And I believe you have to pop the hinge off, and then there's like 1 down here. 2 on the bottom. 1 on the side. Which, the 1 on the side is a different screw, I know that, but not 100% sure how different. Right. And then, let me double check the YouTube video I watched. Okay, so yeah, you have to remove this part by taking off the tiny dowel pin right here, and then there'll be a screw down there. So I have to figure out how to do that real quick. See, would this work? Yeah, that's about the right size. Okay. So I literally just got a tiny hex screwdriver bit on. And just push that down. Took out. That was pretty easy. And then take that bit out. And the spring. Not sure how well you can see it, but there's the hidden screw. Okay, I can't reach that with this. That's annoying. Yeah, that is seriously annoying. I do have a tiny Phillips. Is that too tiny? Yeah, this one should work. Random tiny Phillips head screwdriver. Oh, that's working. Okay. Thought the screwdriver was going to be too small. There it is. And I believe now you just push it out. Okay. Well. Okay, so I'm just going to get Phillips or flathead. Kind of just wiggle it out. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. Don't want to lose that. Grab me some tweezers. And unscrew this part right here. And got this bit out. Now I just really want to get this bit out. Oh, got it. So this thing is practically fully disassembled. Yeah, there we go. There's the final part. Finally got this thing fully assembled now. Now, literally just taking that off and putting that one on. And that's literally it. That's just the one piece we have to swap out, and we're not putting this back on. And that's it. Now, time to reassemble everything. Jeez, okay. Alright, so it has been a few days since the last bit I recorded. And it's gone okay so far. I finished reassembling the butane lighter. There was a part I missed, which was just the fact that there was the distance difference between here. So I had to cut a bit off of here. So as you could see this is purely to make up for the height difference. Other than that, everything with the butane lighter went well. One issue is that you do have to click it a few times, but it is fully adjustable, soft flame. But yeah, the main reason why you have to click it a few times is I wasn't able to line it up properly for it to work so that the spark actually hits the butane like consistently. So gotta do it a few times. Oh, jeez, okay, of course. But whatever, it's fully adjustable. So I could pull it out. I finally got it out. And let me just, let's see, let's make it smaller. And smaller flame. You don't want max large on the size. Oh, jeez, yeah, there you go. Wow, that is a crazy torch. That is way too much, but it's adjustable. Yeah, that's about good. Somewhere in the middle. So this part went really well, other than just that hiccup of realizing I needed this piece for that extra height. So yeah, that part went really well. Now on to the part that didn't go well. The case, which I am sad about. Now this is purely on me. This is 100% just a skill issue on my part of I was unable to line up everything correctly, so it looks like this now. And it still works. It's just, yeah, I didn't line it up. I don't even know what happened. It's just, yeah, I was just bad at it. And because of this, You know, this still fits in here and everything. It's just really tight. Yeah. So yeah, that part really sucks. And yeah, it's a pain to open. Uh, yeah. Insert still works though. Yeah, it really sucks just because it's 100% just a skill issue. Like I could have lined things up better. Could have gone better with the JB Weld, which really sucks. But yeah. Oh, and also it's like impossible to get out. Like you can see marks on here. Like that. This is from me setting up in a vise, and this is from getting some pliers and having to yank it out because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get it out. So this is going to be in here for a while. So there is that. But yeah, it really just sucks how I couldn't get it to do it right. But you live and you learn. Maybe you guys want to give it a try. Maybe you can do it better than I can. Also, oh, one other thing that I totally forgot about that I didn't realize until after I kind of started JB welding everything is that the um, four hinge, whatever it's called, it's a bit wider than the 5 hinge one. So that was also part of the issue. So it wouldn't like fully sit flush against it. It would be sitting a bit out just because it wasn't wide enough or it wasn't thin enough to fully fit up against there. So if I was going to do this again, I would want to shave down both sides by a bit just to make sure that it really fits in there. And then also got to make sure everything lines up better if I was going to do it again. Maybe that'll be a future video. Me redoing past projects that didn't go as well. But yeah, that's pretty much everything here. Yeah, give it a shot for yourself if you want. I do recommend the butane one. Or jeez. This is what I mean by lining it up. Like I can barely open it. There it goes. I do recommend giving this one a try. Even though I do have to click it a few times to get it to light up. Yeah, do recommend that. The hinge replacement. It really comes down to like how comfortable you are with lining everything up right there. Like if you think you could do it really well and like you have a process for it, then I'd say it could go really well, but it's just I wasn't able to do it. But you know, like this is a 5 hinge one. Here, let's put an insert in here just to even it out. But like there's a good amount of wiggle room. And like even up here. However, on this one, there's practically none. Let's see, try to make sure it's not just my hand that's shaking. Like compared to this, it's just a lot looser. Although that might also just because some of the JB Weld got into the hinge gap right here, so could just be that. But it kind of worked in that sense, but just because I wasn't able to get everything lined up correctly, it didn't. But yeah, you know, give it a shot yourself. Maybe you can make it work better than I did. But yeah, either way, thank you for watching this. Please like, subscribe, share this video around. You know, this is a pretty new channel still. And hopefully I can get my next project to work even better. Long story short, it has not. Because, man, I just had to order parts again for like 3 times, which sucks. But hopefully my last part will be showing up today, and hopefully that goes well for the next project. God, I hope it goes well, because that money is slowly going nowhere. But either way, yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Share around with your friends. And I'll link the video in the comment or in the comment in the description for how to disassemble the butane lighter that I used, and then also another video by I can't remember the channel name. Was Outdoor Fanatic, I believe. That could be completely wrong though, but they're the ones that discovered the soft flame butane trick, and they have their own video for it, but they didn't really do like a how-to process. They kind of just gave an overall explanation. But yeah, I'll leave those two in the description. Yeah, see you next time.